Take me back, so I take you there. Itandinana, ila, tukale pamwe, ila, uninge wange, ila, imelipele, itandinana.
Won't you cool it off? Cause you do me wrong. Do me juju when you hitting up. Everything I do, you be critical. You a criminal, baby. Smooth, you a criminal. You a criminal. Tell me something where I don't know. Where your heart it belongs. Girl, I don't even know if I'm wrong to want you. You'll be looking for a wall. Commando talking about no more. You
Moro.
Welcome to the Morning Mix. Informante Live.
That's correct. On a Thursday morning today, November the 18th.
Toch, ne?
Nee. Yes.
November the 18th.
Yes.
Luister, wanneer pay ons?
In about a year and a half from now.
Moenie mense
Pay.
sê wanneer ons pay nie, ek skuld mense.
Skuld jy met...
Daai mikrofoon dink ek is nie aan nie.
My kitmans.
Dis.
Ja, is jy nou aan?
Ja, ek dink ek is aan.
Okay,
Ja.
just say again what you said.
Ek sê Neville, moenie mense sê wanneer ons pay nie, ek skuld mense.
Skuld jy mense?
Ek skuld baie mense.
Okay, it's a Thursday today, so tomorrow is the 19th. But I would assume that the teachers en die polisie word môre gegolla. Hulle golla seker môre.
Okay, that
Yeah.
means this party they're not going to stand, or this weekend they're not going to stand for bribes.
No, they're
Which
not
is gonna
gonna
be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah, you were talking about Black Friday.
Yes.
Does anybody have any idea when is Black Friday?
It should be next Friday, isn't it? Or is it the end of the month, Friday, which would make it into December? Is it the 26th? Okay, Black
26th.
Friday is the 26th, which will make it next Friday.
Okay, so dan het
Skop ons weer games se deure af.
Ja, ek gee 'n hi-fi corporation.
Eish.
Simon.
Kan 'n mens net die dag
Don't do Simon. Let's learn from KwaZulu-Natal
Uh-huh.
and go to a hi-fi corporation and game. Remember the riots in KwaZulu-Natal?
Oh yes, I
Yes.
remember. I
Is that
remember.
how you guys buy your wives or partners Christmas gifts?
Yeah.
They're getting absolutely nothing.
appliances.
Nothing. Yes, buy something for the kitchen.
I hate an appliance.
Oh,
for a
I love
gift.
appliances. Come
Yes,
on.
buy them, but don't give them to me. Like just buy them. Like here, I bought pots, or I bought a blender.
Pot.
Not for like Christmas. You're opening your gift and it's pots.
I'm
It's a
gonna.
pot. You're gonna cook.
I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy my girlfriend pot.
Are you gonna buy a pot?
No.
No, I'm
think
gonna
if-
buy her pot.
I'm determined. I
If
said,
anybody that deals with pot out there can hear me, I need
So-
good quality pot.
what if a man buys me a pot, which is for his benefit, realistically, I'm gonna buy him
It's for
sexy lingerie
Really? For
that
pot?
I'm going to wear.
So if I buy you a pot, you're gonna do the whole lingerie.
Oh, so you're gonna buy him sexy lingerie
Oh,
that you will go be heerlikheid.
Lingerie.
You guys should understand
Lingerie.
Kofi when he says he's gonna buy the girlfriend a pot.
Uh,
The pot.
yeah, Norma
Take
Goof,
a higher.
Norma Goof says, Kaufi,
Hallo.
hast du eine neue Haarschnitt?
Do I have a new haircut? Nine. But I got rid of the hairy thing here in my face. I shaved.
Roviera says, my vrou kry 'n nuwe apron.
Ah.
My cherry sal 'n nuwe life cover kry.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. Pending regulatory and shareholder approval, Dutch brewing company Heineken will take control of Namibia Breweries Limited, NBL, in the course of 2022. Regarding Namibia's 100-year-old brewery, NBL chairman and executive chairman of the Althoven List Group of Companies, ONL Sven Thieme, said NBL is not leaving Namibia. It will remain a Namibian company listed on the Namibian Stock Exchange, and NBL shareholders will enjoy all the benefits of being part of a global beer business, he said. On Monday, Heineken issued a statement announcing its plans to acquire control of NBL and South Africa's Distel Group holdings, which will be combined with Heineken South Africa into a new Heineken majority-owned business, NewCo, with a total valuation of approximately 4 billion euros, which is about 70 billion Namibia dollars. If approved, the Dutch company will buy ONL's 50.01% interest in NBL Investment Holdings, which holds 59.4% of NBL. President Hage Geingob recently concluded a working visit abroad has strengthened and once again proved Namibia's position on the international stage regarding diplomacy, commitment and relevance, while at the same time promoting the country as a preferred investment destination. This trip signified that Namibia's economic recovery plan, which includes international economic diplomacy, is globally relevant and has the potential to transform the country's fortunes, the president said at a media briefing. Geingob gave feedback on his many engagements with world leaders and international investors during the World Leaders Summit, the 26th Conference of Parties, the Peace Summit, and the 75th anniversary of the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, among others. Your Trustco share price today, the 18th of November, is at $1.99 per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 10 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars and 60 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 80 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informante News.
Right. So, how do you find this whole Heineken story?
Kijk, we had quite a beer discussion the other day here in
Right.
the studio.
Was it Monday?
I think Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spoke about it on air on Tuesday.
Yeah, actually more in line of who likes beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, obviously, Mitch was like the big, torchbearer for all of you beer drinkers.
Right.
So, because for the life of me, I still don't understand why. Because I don't like beer. I'm not a beer drinker. It's very bitter. But everybody was attacking me and Maria on the stream. Say, "Julle is fok, julle is dom, julle is useless, julle verstaan nie bier nie.
Yeah.
Beer is this and that." So we just shut up. And everybody was just, insulting us.
Right.
Because in heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here.
Tatibuti.
According to Tatibuti. So, no, in short, Kofi, as long as the majority interest stays in Namibia, I think because it is a Namibian company, and it's a proudly owned Namibian company, so we don't want to, to relinquish that status. I guess.
Well, there's mixed feelings, especially in the German Namibian community.
Why?
Because Sven Thieme just sold our brewery.
Oh, but that's the issue.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, nee, it's a German fight. As julle se baklei.
Yeah.
Ja, sort julle self uit.
Yes.
You can sort it out at Vika.
No, I must say, we had conversations about this. This makes total economic sense.
Ek verstaan.
Right. But then you have the other side of it.
I understand. Tradition.
The tradition, the loyalty, the legacy, those kind of things. But it makes total economic sense.
Okay.
The question that I just have is, should Namibian companies sell themselves now? Now that our President Hage Geingob is overseas telling everybody that it's so worthwhile to invest in Namibia because of the, the currencies currently are very much in international favor. You can, for very cheap investment, buy stuff in Namibia and invest into Namibia with that. So the big question is the private sector. Why are we selling our companies?
Okay.
Is it because we ourselves cannot afford them
Probably.
anymore?
Probably.
Because if you cannot afford, let's say, a luxury vehicle, make it a Rolls Royce for all that I care.
Yeah.
What do you do with it? You sell it, isn't
You
it?
sell it, yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Tough times in Namibia.
Tough times ahead. Tough times
I
ahead.
don't think under normal circumstances we would have sold our
Yes.
stake.
What is interesting is that China is not in this picture.
Okay.
Which is a good sign.
I agree.
I would say it's a very good sign because they would be taking over. If China comes into the liquor business, like if they come into that like the liquor market, it's over. It's done.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, we have.
Then they'll be solidified as the biggest economy in the
Let's
world.
drink some sake.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do they make good beer?
No, if they buy ours,
Yeah.
then they'll be solidified. It's
Yeah.
done.
Look, the Chinese are very good at looking what other people do and then go home and just replicate it and make it better. The Japanese have been doing it for years. It's called stealing with your eyes.
I don't think they'll want to make it. They'll just buy ours probably if they want to,
Yeah.
because that would be the most
Leicester.
easiest
I
way.
don't think they're known for beer.
Maybe whiskey or whatever they call their stuff.
Sake.
The gin.
Sake.
Sake.
Yeah.
Is sake not Japanese?
But they also have their own version.
They also
I
have
don't know
their-
what it's called,
Yeah.
Okay.
Kijk, you know, Calvi, we will have our little debate one day
Yes.
about how we change one colonizer with another colonizer, which is China, and why the previous colonizer, which is German, gets pissed off if they hear China's name. That's
Yes.
another discussion that we're gonna have.
Meow.
Meow. Hoe lyk die coronavirus cases?
All right. The coronavirus cases, which come from China, by the way. The coronavirus is currently at 129,069 and recovered 125,381. Active cases in Namibia, 122. So if we hit under 100 tomorrow, Neville, you're going to buy me a beer.
We go to 80.
Active cases, 122. Daily new deaths, 0. No.
So-
Nada. Niente. Nichts.
Niente. Ne? So, wow. We're doing, we keep the numbers low
Yes.
and it's going lower.
Yes.
How low can we go?
That's it.
That's the song of the month. Okay?
Yes.
Kofi,
The weather.
last night, I had to cover myself with a duvet because
The aircon was on.
the aircon wasn't on. The sliding door was open, but the breeze that came through the whole night was very cool.
Okay.
So mevrou het hier langs my gelê en sy sê sy kry koud. Toe voel ek ook ek kry koud. So kind of cool weather that we had last night in Windhoek. But it still feels very humid during the day
Yes.
because of, you know, the clouds and, you know, little light showers that we get during the day. So I hope that continues.
Yeah, well, the weather people, the Meteorological Service of Namibia is saying significant cooling is expected in the south.
Ne?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the interior, sunny and cool to warm in the south, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot to very hot with a few isolated thunder showers over the central regions and also the northeast, a fresh westerly wind over the western half of the interior. The coast, partly cloudy and cool, dust storms are most likely over the southern coastal areas. So Luderitz and also Ranjemund, prepare yourself for some dust storms. The wind moderate southwesterly at first, becoming fresh, strong southerly in the south later. Maximum temperatures in Windhoek today, 30, in Walvis Bay 23, Swakopmund 18, going to the north of the country in Ondangwa 36, Opuwo 34. Then we are going to Katima Mulilu 34 degrees, to the central northern parts in Ochivarongo today 32, Rehoboth 32, with Mariental at 31 and Keetmanshoop at 25. Gobabis and Beitepos both today at 35 degrees Celsius.
Mein Kaiser, vielen Dank.
Dankeschön, have a great day.
You have a great day, Kofi. It's going to be a long day. So, guys,
I don't know. I think so.
let's start with our show.
Yeah, I like the way you get the done this up. Smell, smell, shop for Sundays up. You raise up my temperature. Ooh, on the whole and get the done this yeah.
The way you move, the way you whine, the way you move your body all over the time. Your skin smooth, melanin queen. Get about the sugar, got your lips so sweet. The way you move, get Kelly Mondabo, African cream Mondabo, Kafi and Melambo. I like the way Koni Mashiwa Longako. The way she move, Kafabela Keno Japo. Kanongo Vegaro, Kogeno Migaro. Taga Shugu Shaka Paki Kwete on shallow. Divuga Picalo, Tambulo Ludalo. Rasta Gordy, Rasta Man, Nivo
I
Shadow.
like the way you get the done this up. Yeah, smell, smell, shop for Sundays up. You raise up my temperature. Ooh, on the whole and get the done this yeah.
The way you move, the way you whine, the way you move your body all over the time. Your skin smooth, melanin queen. Get about the sugar, got your lips so sweet.
Melanin queen, I like your shine. And get up peppy in no color booty shine. Chocolate skin, you're looking fly. But on younger tongue, girl, you give me butterflies. Girl, I like your energy, Nambula or Hennessy. Your booty gonna make me catch a felony. Shooting my shot, but I'm not your enemy. Even though your body killing me. I like the way you get the dance up. Yeah, smell, smell, shop for Sundays up. You raise up my temperature. Ooh, on the whole and get the dance yeah.
The way you move, the way you whine, the way you move your body all over the time. Your skin smooth, melanin queen. Get about the sugar, got your lips so sweet.
It's so sweet, yeah.
And your lips so sweet, yeah.
I mean, I need your feeling.
I'm in a little feeling.
You ain't gotta be lonely, yeah.
You ain't gotta be lonely.
Oh, baby, you got me, yeah.
Baby, you got me.
Yeah, I like the way you get the done this up. Yeah, smell, smell, shop for Sundays up. You raise up my temperature. Ooh, on the whole and get the done this yeah.
The way you move, the way you whine, the way you move your body all over the time. Your skin smooth, melanin queen. Get up.
We have our guest in studio here this morning, and you know what? I need to get this name, the pronunciation. Wait! Don't say it. Let me say it. Is it Leathermane?
Leathermane, that's what's up.
Leather, yo, you got Leathermane.
Leathermane, yo,
We got
don't swallow your tongue though.
Leathermane in the studio, man.
Yeah, Leathermane.
Mary is in the ditches, bro. Like just like she's like, oh my god, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Sorry, my
even know if she
colleagues
can say it.
embarrass me occasionally.
What?
Oh my, never. What is it?
What did I do
See
now?
her face.
Ons embarrasser kama elke keer.
Huh?
Yesterday we couldn't pronounce what.
Our guests who come here in the studio, they will not come here and be proper. Okay?
Yeah.
They will learn how to be improper here. Okay? Dat werkt hier zo niet.
What was that word, Neville, that she wanted us to pronounce yesterday?
Ay mukuruantje, wat?
Aquilish. Don't do that to us.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Guys, first and foremost, Leatherman, morning. Welcome to the morning mix. I don't know if you know all these unscrupulous elements, like Sam Nioma would say in the studio here today.
Yeah.
Okay? But it is such a pleasure to have you in studio today. Well, I guess there are a lot of people out there, you know what, who's following our stream today, who knows about Leathermane.
Yeah.
But then there are some who don't know Leathermane. Maybe we can just start off Leathermane. Just, give us a little bit of background about yourself, who you are, where you come from, and what brought you here being Leathermane today. Yeah.
First and foremost, thank you very much for having me at the mix. I love the show. I was watching it yesterday when you guys had a few guests, the minister and everybody. You guys are great. Finally, it's a beautiful, cozy place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cozy.
Take a seat. I
So
know,
yeah,
I agree.
I feel comfortable. I mean, everybody knows you, comedy, Maria, Mitch. I've known him for some time as well. So I feel like I'm in the comedy house now.
With
Okay.
this except I'm the only person that's not a clown.
Comedians are not.
You know what? It's very nonsense.
But you made me. You just made me laugh. You said my colleagues.
You know what?
Occasionally.
You know what? And you can testify to that.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to piss me off, is
say
when
it's
they
a
call me a clown. It gets to me.
You don't do that to comedians.
Whoa!
Comedy is a profession.
Yes.
Yeah. as
If
a
somebody
play.
calls you of hierdie grapjas. Ek fucking grapjas nie. Ja.
Hansworst.
Hansworst. Nar. Clown.
You don't do that.
Leatherman.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Okay, basically, background.
Yes.
My name is, real name is Toivo Nugulu, and Leatherman is my artist name. I've got two personalities. I'm a professional architect by profession. That's Toivo side. And the music side is Leatherman, of course. You know, we don't mix the two. So you also see the identity when you see me.
Yeah.
So you see Toivo, you see the professional guy is completely dressed different.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leatherman also drives a different car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's up. Yeah.
So how many
You're
cars
always
do you
Toivo,
drive?
though. Is that offensive? Like
What?
if I see you any time of the day, I'll be like, "Who's that Toivo?"
Now you will be able to tell from the.
Must
from
I
the
make
dress
a
code.
distinction?
Now you will be able to make the distinction.
So you
already.
can't be consistently Toivo to me.
No, you can't. I can't. Now I'm Leatherman.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
So when you greet me, I say, "So what's happening?"
Even Neville at home when he comes is Honorable Neville Basiman.
Oh,
When he's here, we call him Neville.
yeah.
So Leatherman, so where do you hail from?
From here, I was actually born in. I'm a struggle kid that refuses to struggle. I was born in Lubango, Angola.
The dungeons.
Yeah, the dungeons. You know this. Yeah, the dungeons, and came here 1990 with my parents. Or actually 89. Went to school Mandume, PPS, then Centaurus. Went to
Centaurus,
university in Cuba, and yeah. In a nutshell.
Okay, so these two different personalities that you do juggle.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of background as to these two personalities, the
What
artist.
does Toivo do?
Yeah, what does Toivo
Okay.
do and what does
Toivo is more of the professional guy. Like I said, I'm a professional architect and an entrepreneur. And he's more of the office guy, and he runs businesses and
The logistic business.
logistics and so forth, many others that I don't even want to mention right here. And basically, Leatherman is the alter ego. So this is more passion, do you understand? I mean, if you see a guy like Lazarus Jacobs, you'll see him in his suit.
Hello.
But
Don't talk
Another
about that
clown.
Vambu here.
Yeah.
For example, do you understand? And he's doing his comedy as well. So he's doing what he loves.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just to give you an example, do you understand? So
Yeah.
Leatherman is that side of me, do you understand? And let's say when I'm stressed at work that day, I go into my studio. I've got a studio at my premises.
Yeah.
So I go there and then just listen to some beats, write some songs, and yeah, man, you do you.
Oh, what's your record label's name again?
Pomoji Records.
Pomoji Records.
Yeah.
So why music, man? Why music? Out of all these things, why music?
Man, I've always, you see, if you're doing music, you really have to have a passion for it. You can't just do music because you want to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's something that I really love. I listen to music when I wake up. I listen to, you know those favorite songs when I sleep. Sometimes I just listen to it. Do you understand? And even in varsity, we'll take part in these African concerts and so forth. But I didn't really pursue it that much. You know, being a Vambu, you can never tell your parent you want to be a musician. Do you understand? So for me, I already knew that I can't go that route. So I had to finish my degrees and so forth and fund myself as a musician. So now they don't have any problem with that because I'm doing it myself, you know. So the problem, the parents normally have a problem when they have to fund you. If you say, no, I'm going to be a musician, and they see that you can't make a living out of it, now it means now they have to come in and help you, you know.
Yeah.
So when you
Can't
can
pay
do it
for their
yourself,
pension.
yeah. So yeah, that's what's up, man.
So Trevor, I've known you. We've been the news cafe guys. You know, we've been out there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, some of the people, like some of the guys in the industry, they're always like, the rap guys, they're like, yo, Trevor is an architect.
Yes.
No, he has the money. Why does he still have to do music?
Yeah.
And they don't understand that part, like, yo, it's passion.
Yeah.
It's passion. So what do you have to say to them? What do you have to say?
You see, I always say, now, you negativity will always be there. People will always judge you. But the most important thing that will always sell you is your confidence. You get what I'm saying? And what you love. You can't take away that from yourself because of what people say.
Can you say that slowly again?
Yeah.
As a belief.
Because it needs to sink in so that people understand that part about confidence.
Yeah. So you have to have self-confidence, okay? So otherwise you just be moved like a white flag rider. Do you understand? So your passion, if you love something, pursue it. Forget about what people say, because if you go by what people say, you will never be happy. Now imagine Neville says this, Maria says this, you say this. Where are you going to stand? You'll be confused, isn't it? Yeah. So the most important thing is what you think about yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? And I also like to make an example when I'm mentioning this thing. I'll take a guy like Davido, for example. When you're persistent, the person that makes it is not the person that is always talented. You must understand that. It's the person that is always persistent and that just takes the opportunity. Do you understand? So if you are sleeping on your bread, somebody else will always grab it. Do you understand? So when I came out with my other songs, people will always they'll criticize. Do you understand? I know this guy doesn't know how to sing, or he doesn't know how to do this. But the same people, when I drop Danisa, I promise you, go to the comments now. It's like, yo, okay, no, you are talented. All of a sudden, you're talented. Yeah. Do you understand? But you see now, if I was reminiscing on the negative comments, I would probably not even do what I do now. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? I love what I do. And I know it's going to get better every time, and it's going to get better and better and better every time, because I love what I do. And for me, you must understand, I'm an entrepreneur, and I do this not only because I love it, but I see
a business
in it. Do you understand? All right? So I got endorsement out of it. I mean,
So now I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
This one is more for the ladies.
Yeah.
Who is bringing in more income, Toivo or Leatherman? I just want so that when the ladies are approaching you, they know whether they must approach Toivo.
Why is that only for the ladies? What about the guys that Jerry
for you too.
About?
For you too.
No.
For you too then.
Yeah.
If you are insisting. I laat iemand die vraag antwoord. Who is bringing in the mullah?
Oh, definitely. Like I said earlier, Toivo is the one that funds Pomoji Records. Yeah. Leatherman is signed under Pomoji Records. So definitely.
So Leatherman is dependent on Toivo. Leatherman is essentially the side chick
of Toivo.
Yeah, you can actually. It's a side chick that is being independent very soon.
You're helping.
That's a nice way of putting the side chick.
Yeah, so it is a side chick because if you're a side chick, you are dependent, but slowly. When you're a side chick and you start getting 450,000 a month as allowance, you become independent. Yeah. Eventually, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Devil,
you know these side chick things you guys are talking about. I don't know these things.
Never. Some things must
it
stay
is
in the
so
dark.
beneath me.
We don't know it. We don't know those stuff, Neville. Comedians. We don't know those stuff.
Talking about your new song, what was the inspiration of your new song, Leatherman?
That's a very good question. Looking at what the country has been going through, or the world rather, for the past 2 years now, I mean, everybody was depressed. Businesses were affected. It's like you can't do anything. Close to everyone, do you understand, in the world, I would say. Because every business is interlinked to another, you know. So it trickled down to even the person that sells kapana on the road. Do you understand? So you no more money to go and buy kapana or whatever. So everything was affected. So people are depressed. So I thought, you know what, let's just danisa. Let's
with
dance.
our masks on, yeah.
Yeah, with our
Danisa.
masks on. Yeah, let's danisa. Danisa is basically just dance. Yeah, so when you listen to the song instantly, it says, I like the way you get the danisa. Small waffle sandisa. You raise up my temperature. Ooh, and the all and get the danisa. Yeah. The way you move, the way you. Hey.
You must not. Don't give him a dancer contract.
Why, Neville? Why is this always Neville? Neville is like the. Okay, but Neville under. You're making my guy wait. Neville, hoe kom is die your signature? What is that movie?
Karatura Grootwinkels.
Is it not
That's
Zeke?
yes, yeah. I come from that era. Okay.
So, let me,
Yeah,
like,
what's up, bro?
you have 17,000 views on this song.
Yeah.
17,000 views on this song. And he is the biggest duo as featured, sorry. Ethnics. Nevertheless, Joe Menze.
Yeah.
By the years, this is the grootste duo
Yeah.
in Namibia.
Yeah.
How do you get to Ethnics, bro? Like, I think a lot of young artists want to work with them, but how did you get that connect, man?
I mean, Paige and I, or the Ethnics group rather, we've been doing stuff before. As a matter of fact, we actually have other songs that we've recorded. The song that I've actually recorded before, I was supposed to drop, but I dropped the other one first.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just because of the rhythm and the hype and so forth, you know. So I'll probably drop it next year. So I've got the song with both of them. So this one is just with Paige. But we've been friends for some time, and yeah, we've been vibing, and as you can see, it's a feel good song. And the way we recorded this song, I took Paige and Andrew on the beat. Credit to him as well.
Okay.
The guy that produced the beat. I took them one weekend to swak up, and we turned the house into, the cinema into a whole studio, and this is how this song was birthed. As you can see, it's a feel-good, vibey song. Do you understand? It was not just those, let's jump in the studio quickly. So we did the beat. I gave the producer precedence that, okay, this is the kind of beat that I want in this line. I want more hype, and I just want to dance, okay? And then he said, okay, let me do this. Instantly, I promise you, the guy did wonders on that beat.
Who's the guy?
Andrew on the beat.
Andrew
on the beat. He's a very young, talented guy, and I just work with these young guys now, man. They're the future, I promise you. You know?
We are a bit pressed with time.
Yeah.
There's a few questions that we quickly need to go through.
Yeah.
Bradley Kuvisep is asking,
Leatherman.
ask Leatherman
Yeah.
why he did a wedding music video with
I knew-
with a married woman. Was he the cause of the aftermath? Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah.
No, I did a song with an artist.
Eli.
Yeah.
Talking like the swapper party.
I did a song with the artist. I
Yeah.
did a song with Sally. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it was with
in
the
her
artistic-
capacity as Sally. That's why you say
Sally
Leatherman
Hospital.
featuring Sally, not
Toivo.
Toivo featuring
Married women.
married woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a nice answer, bro.
Thank you.
Quickly, the deal with MNZ Motors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
That has been, we've been doing a few proposals to MNZ Motors and for a while now, and at one of our launches that we did, I think with Bestie, which is the video song, and they saw how I pushed the brand, and I'm a Mercedes lover, of course.
Yeah.
And then one good day, they just called me in. They said, you know what, we really love what you're doing in the background and so forth. So we want you to be part of us officially, and here is something for you. This is actually the car that I have now. 2 weeks ago, I launched my Danisa at MNZ Motors premises, and that's where I got my second car. That's my second one now.
Are you saying you bought it or you got it?
I got it. Yeah.
We used to be the Mercedes-Benz guys. Like,
Yeah.
ask him. Then I became broke.
Yeah.
Because I started dating.
Ek wil net sê, nee, and I need to tell the story in Afrikaans because it does not make sense in English.
Okay.
There's this dealership that sponsored an artist, which happens to be a Damara artist. Nee? Wacht, let me quickly tell the story. So this dealer sponsored this Damara artist with a vehicle. So this Damara artist, who will remain nameless for now, crashed the car.
Oh.
And he just went and dropped it at the dealership without anybody seeing him dropping the car. So this white guy spoke to me. Neville, wie jy wat het hierdie man gemaak? Fokker, wie ons het uit ons pad gegaan
Ja.
om hom te help, okay? En die bliksem kom los, die kar daar, okay? Hy sê nie vir ons wat hy gemaak het. Hoe die fok moet ons mense help in Namibia?
Yeah.
Okay. So Leatherman, I'm just warning you, if you have any Go check if you have any Damara bloodlines that comes from Lubango. Just go check. Ne? If you have any tendencies of bumping cars and go and leave them there, then we know. Yeah.
No,
What
no,
if the
I
car-
rebuke that.
What if the car was the one that misbehaved on its own? It's a Mercedes. You know those cars are smart. They do their things on their own. Come on, I'm not driving. You are drunk. No. So Leatherman, Danisa is a big hit song. People from South Africa, I see people from Tanzania commenting on that YouTube. Where can the people get the song? There is a challenge that I see that's happening. Where can the people get the song, the challenge, you know?
The song is available on YouTube. You can just type in Danisa for some reason. Just type in Danisa, it will take you straight to the song. Or you can type in Leatherman featuring Page Ethnics, or literally just go to the Pomoji Records channel. You find it there. We're busy uploading it on all the platforms actually right now, which is your Deezer, Spotify, and your Apple Music, so you can be able to do it now on your snaps. And so forth. Yeah. So we're busy with that right now.
What's the future for Leatherman?
That was my last question. You're so correct.
It's not a married
I read your
woman.
mind.
That's how far we know. It's not a married woman.
I think Maria is asking, the future.
Yeah.
The future is to marry you.
The first time you made that joke, I told you can't afford it.
I made it clear.
The joke is on you now, eh?
So
you also want 450,000 allowance.
Yes,
Hey.
girlfriend.
That damn
That's
man.
my
450.
girlfriend allowance.
We were asking in studio the other day, what is the 50,000 for? Okay. How does she come up with such an uneven number?
No, but guys, there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Because if you
Excuse me.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you ask me how much would you want right now, I'll tell you, give me 6 billion. Because you're giving me that. Why not?
Is that boyfriend allowance or what?
Yeah.
You must remember that lady is talking about girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
She's not talking about like partnership or what. She's saying girlfriend
Girlfriend
allowance.
is a partnership.
What girlfriend is a partner?
Okay, let me go back to the answer. Let me answer
Don't
Miriam's
pay.
real question.
Yeah.
The future for Leatherman. I'm in this to win it. Definitely, I'm a very competitive person as a person. So I really want to do good music and also just at the same time uplift the industry in terms of quality and just push artists. I'll be signing a few artists very soon as well under the stable and just push and just basically do good music and bank on it, basically. Bank on it.
It's been such an honor, my brother, to have you in studio today. I know a little bit more now about Leatherman.
Yeah.
And when you rocked up here with your Mercedes, with your Leatherman branding here on the side, say, hey, hierdie Wambo is uitgesot. He is sorted. My bra. You know what? What you said today was very inspiring. Definitely, there are young people who obviously, take your words, take a leaf or take a page out of what you say and go and apply them in their own lives. And we are extremely thankful that we have Namibians who do it for themselves out there. You know what? And I like the fact that you said that, your parents helped you to first finish your education.
Yes.
And then you can do your own shit.
Yeah.
Now you can do your own stuff.
Support your
And
own
that is
brand.
what is important. So all the best going forward, my brother.
Yeah.
And we definitely, at any given time, if you need to feel that you need to share some important information, the studio is open for you to come in.
Thank you very much. I'm very much humbled.
So just, give a shout out because there are many people watching. Give a shout out to everybody.
Sorry, just before the shout out, there was an important question. Perhaps we didn't address it. Just so somebody's asking, where can they find your CD?
Yo, okay. I don't have a CD out yet. They just have singles, and like I said, if you wanna check it out, you can go to YouTube. And we'll be uploading now on Apple Music and Deezer, Spotify, and the rest. So you can be able to download the song from all over the world. And yeah, that's what's up, man. And yeah.
Leatherman social handles. Can you give
Social handles?
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah. That's Leatherman. Leather_main. Instagram Leathermain, and then Facebook also Leathermain. I just want to send a special shout out first and foremost to Informante Radio for having me. Yeah, it's a very beautiful platform. I always watch it though, even when I'm sleeping and so forth, you know. And of course, the people that were part of the song, Andrew on the beat. I don't want to forget them. And the song, I mean, if you look at the visuals of that, it's all Namibian done. And I worked with a young team, which is RFC Reggie Films.
Yeah.
Not forgetting starring Miss Namibia, Chelsea Chikongo.
Yeah.
So it's just appreciating everybody, literally. You know, the melanin skin. You know, you can see what I'm. You know. Yeah, and of course everybody that is watching, people that support me. I know probably Saki's watching now from Cape Town.
I thought you were gonna say from prison.
No, not
Maria, sis.
Don't go there. Just continue.
Not that one, no.
She's gonna be.
Maria, jati manire
Saki
ni.
Met. Saki Met.
Saki Met.
Yeah.
Saki, our guy.
Wait,
Yeah. Our guy, yeah.
Wait,
Saki
wait.
There's
Met,
another Saki which is our friend.
which is
He
my
made-
manager. Okay?
Yeah, the manager.
Yeah.
He made it even worse by saying Saki in Cape Town. We thought the guy got bail.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah. Hey, you Leatherman, you must
Yeah.
also talk correct here.
Yeah, no, I think I need to change his name. I need to say Matt.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
say Saki, the one who's outside.
Yeah. Basically, everybody, man. I just want to shout everybody that's watching. Thank you very much, man. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, bro.
For gracing us with your presence.
I got you in my system. You come here dancing and that was a baby. My head, my mind, my thighs, everything is wet. My mind is walking all the time. Daddy-o, you got me flashing, daddy-o. You got me moving, daddy-o. You got me, boy.
Hey yo, mommy yo, I see you, baby girl. You got me, baby yo. You have me, girl.
You got me, boy.
Wow. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, so, let me start reading your comments, okay? Let me start reading your comments. Ek weet nie waar om te begin nie. I can just say good morning everybody out there because, you know, most of it is just conversations
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
We,
so...
we get lost in the song.
Yeah, but we've been following the comments, guys. Thank you so much, and welcome back. So let's start with the show. Tuva, it's Thursday. There was a Wednesday before Thursday. Okay, so maybe you can just give us just a quick recap as to what happened in court yesterday.
A quick recap. We obviously saw a teary-eyed Ricardo asking for bail, actually pleading and begging for bail, while he was upholding the Constitution, saying his constitutional rights.
Was he crying?
Yeah, he was crying towards the end. I think it was very much linked to his kids needing their father.
Of course.
and that. Can you please close the door? Yeah. So this is towards now the end of his evidence in chief, in which he pleaded, was crying and pleaded to the court for bail, talking about the Constitution, is that he is innocent until proven guilty, and that right now the state is treating him as a guilty person that has to prove his innocence, when it should be the other way around, and that his kids need him, and that the Constitution should be followed, essentially. And then going into that, we started cross-examination from what I like to call a very tactical state prosecutor. I think if you've been following how the line of questioning of the state prosecutor, you see that this is a person that takes his time with it.
Hey, ek het so gehoor.
Vang sal hy jou vang.
Nee.
You know, so I think he definitely at some point, I would say, cornered Ricardo, in which I think he was struggling a little bit. The second half of his testimony was now the cross-examination. He was definitely struggling in certain parts. I think he even asked to step down, but he was saying his eyes are itchy, he can't see well, he needed to sit down, he needed a glass of water, he needed to wash his face.
That was all the
That's
pressure.
all pressure. It's pressure. It's real pressure. It's not easy.
I was, I can't follow the whole bail application hearing during the day because, I would so much love if the highlights can be packaged by whoever in some way or the other, so that for my indulgence, can just see what was the main issues that was discussed. But somebody told me yesterday, and told me the same thing yesterday around 5-6 o'clock, say, hey, my broer, Ricardo het gesweet daarso, because the state prosecutor was very calm and collected and asked questions that really put Ricardo in a little corner yesterday, because he was asking, so you got in, for instance, somebody told me, this guy was like, so you got an email from who? From James. Okay. Please read what the email said, and then you would have to respond. But it was apparently it was
The email
was tough on him.
Yeah, they availed emails from showing communication between him and João Barros, who's the son of the former fisheries minister of Angola, Victoria Barros, de Barros Neto, who he's claiming was his boss in this Nemgoma. He availed that for his bail application to show that, he was kind of having communication with Barros. The state questioned him a little bit on that and said, but nowhere in these emails you provided for us that it showed like a clear instruction as you were given instructions. And then I think the state was also hammering on how he accessed those emails, because you need to remember that his devices and computers and whatever are currently in this
possession
of
the state.
So the state prosecutor wanted to know, how did you access these emails? Because he said there's other emails that he's only going to present for trial, but he wanted to present this to show that basically he was working under the instructions of João de Barros. So the state said, well, where did you get these emails? And he said, well, he got it on the cloud. He had given his counsel instructions how to access his cloud, and on the cloud he found these emails, and the counsel said, well, the cloud, you store other documents as well, because I think the state was trying to say, if you can access your cloud, you can access all these documents that supposedly prove your innocence. So why haven't you handed those over to the state? So that's where the state was going. It's like, okay, but if you can access emails, what about documents that says, because I think his argument is some documents he can't retrieve, and some are lost, and some and whatever. And the state was just trying to get to the point of saying, well, if you can access your cloud, even from inside your prison cell, then clearly you have no problem
providing.
Making your case, building your case, or arguing your case, or preparing for trial in prison. But it was very, very, I don't want to say intense, but like I said, it's one of those things that will catch you off guard because of how calm the prosecutor is and how he takes his time with it. And I think it's only after you've said too much that you realize why that line of questioning,
Ek moet gou comments lees hierso, because Wilhelm Mboli Bolo says, die man huil terwyl hy nie eens gestamp is nie, after comparing apples with apples. Roviera says, it's tears mixed with contradiction that is. Yeah. Okay, Sylvia Wakumbwa. Okay, she's here on another topic. Please ask teachers on my behalf. Why do teachers think they can summon parents to school and we must just leave everything and go to school, and you get there, it is something you could have settled over the phone? Sylvia, jou kind is seker baie stout. Baie stout. That is why you are. Yeah, no, Sylvia, yeah, I do get what you say. Some of us who are parents who have been going through that for some time. Yeah, but it's obviously something that you need to take up with the teacher.
Mohau says, I am hesitant to call it a performance, but Mr. Gustavo almost trapped me in my emotions. But then the video with Michael Jackson's song Heal the World came through on WhatsApp. To ek weer
What? Is there a video like that? Where am I living?
Estomish says, that James of yours is a piece of work, real mastermind. Wilhelm says, okay, no, you read that, sorry. Yeah, I think those are the comments regarding this case. There's not much. I mean, this is going to continue today under cross-examination, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Jeken Keisep says, Mitch werk al klaar op iemand se nerves. Ek weet nie op wie se nerves werk jy nie.
Op wie se nerves?
Ek weet nie op wie se nerves werk
Ek weet nie, wat gaan aan met die mense ook?
Yeah, Tashon Michael says, Sylvia, they want to see how far the apple fall from the tree.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I saw a video last night, Mitch, of a guy. This guy, he refers to himself as a Damara Vambo. But this guy, some of the post videos that he shares on social media or on WhatsApp are hard-hitting. So I think he made this clip straight after Ricardo's testimony yesterday. And he came for these guys. So you come and cry here on the stand. Maar as die typical Windhoek Wambo Damaras.
Is it the old met die split too?
Nee. It's a light-skinned guy with a beard. You can hear he speaks fluent Wambo, fluent Afrikaans, but it seems like he defines himself as Damara because he is die Wambo lokasie gemengde. Yeah, and please everybody, it's not gemeente.
It's gemengde.
It's gemengde.
Ek het altyd ook gemeente gesê.
It's gemengde. Okay. So this guy came for these guys yesterday, and this video is doing rounds. Yeah, it's doing the rounds at the moment. We say, you don't come here and you cry. How many families you destroyed? How many children? How many fathers killed themselves and left the children crying and left the families crying? But you know, where we come from, that part of Karatura, you can imagine how this guy sounds like. So yeah, I say again, you know what, when it comes to certain guys within this case, I'm very subjective, and Ricardo is one of the guys I'm subjective about, but but
where do we draw the line though? Where we draw the line, where we go like, this guy has his rights to have a fair trial, even if you feel that way, that families died whatsoever, and you can't be part of something that contributes to his conviction, just like you were saying, like public pressure might contribute to it. So there is a documentary on Netflix that you can watch. They say, is it incarcerated by the media or something? It's something prosecution by media. Yeah. So this is things that happen. People don't get fair trials because of public pressure, what the media puts out there, and you know how the media has to put out headlines to sell their newspapers, and those headlines necessarily don't give the whole story. So where do we draw the line of saying, okay, cool, fair trial, guilty, his sentence. And where do we draw the line where we say, nah, this is because we feel this way, they must be in jail. So even if the evidence points to whatever, we already feel like we already convicted these people.
I hear what you say. Roviera sê so die man is van Tsumeb. Is net hulle wat Wambo is, maar Damara ook is. No, I think Ro, you could be right.
You could.
Yeah, that's that the combination of how this guy sounds. It's true, Ro. I think he could be from Tsumeb. Yeah, you know what? Innocent until proven guilty. But then we all know, I guess we all made up our minds in public already with the little evidence that we've seen with the bail application.
Prior to the bail application,
even prior to the bail applications as to what is happening now.
That's been coming out, Johannes' testimony or what he's been saying, Baran's statements, all the stuff that we've been reading or watching or listening to doesn't paint a favorable
Picture for them.
for the accused. So of course, it's this isn't unique to the Fishert case. Of course, the public's going to make up their own minds about whether or not they think they are already guilty. And of course, the general perception and the general opinion right now is that they're guilty. Now, are they guilty or not? That's obviously that will come out in trial. They have to prove their innocence, but they have to prove that they're not guilty, rather. But yeah, that's trial. But for now, people have opinions, and I don't necessarily want to say people are not entitled to those opinions. Where people are entitled to that.
True.
But sometimes people must know that their opinions are wrong. Sometimes it doesn't matter just because you have an opinion. Like sometimes your opinion is wrong.
Your opinion is just that, it's an opinion.
Yeah, it's just an opinion.
Yeah.
It's an opinion.
And I feel like if I happen to be in the same situation, I would want a fair trial.
Yeah, I think the process is a fair process.
I'm trying to be careful not to paint the judiciary as necessarily a system that can be influenced by the public. We've seen time and time again, even in the Katrina Hansa Himarwa case, part of the judgment with Christy Liebenberg says, he's not listening to necessarily what the public is. He has to sit with the information in front of him and make that assessment as a judge, So I can't really say that, yes, the prosecution always defends public interest. They use that to, as a factor for why somebody should be denied bail. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't necessarily think like convictions hinge on what the public thinks. It's what is proven in court or not proven or proven beyond reasonable doubt. That's what's going to determine the verdict and the outcome of a case, not because people are toeing in front. So that's why I say let people have their opinions. I don't necessarily think it's going to change the trial.
The trial. Okay, let me say this. The judge find them all probably not guilty, or the judge find them guilty, and they are all given 1 year, and the public decides no, 1 year is not enough. Do you think they will change it?
What power does us saying no, 1 year is not enough? When you say they will change it, a verdict has been made, you've been sentenced. What power does that public have? Because the judiciary runs independently. It cannot be influenced.
There were cases in America like that I've watched, like on ID Discovery. The public actually went against, and then they reopened the case, and then they went again.
But that's not the public. You see, you need to make a distinction. Even in America, even though our legal system is very much different from the American system, the public doesn't have the power to reopen a case. That would be the state, right? If the state,
because of,
not necessarily because of public interest.
But do you think it has it is a contributing factor?
Look, for example, right now, let me just give an example. The Ministry of Home Affairs is appealing a judgment in which a child was given, a 2-year-old was given citizenship. They're appealing that decision in the Supreme Court. That has nothing to do with the public. That's that ministry that wants to appeal it. Whatever the public says, near lost his story or let the 2-year-old have his citizenship, that's got nothing to do with us. But they have every right to appeal. And that's what they're doing. And you might find in the Supreme Court they might lose again, or it might be overruled and they might win.
Yeah.
But like that has nothing to do with what the public thinks. And this is what I'm trying to get at. At the end of the day, something that runs independently is not going to be influenced by what you and I think.
Queen in Glovu. Comments. Queen in Glovu says, in my opinion, as I intimated before, the tragedy of these bail applications will thus usher the efficiency of effect on the ruse of narratives of the real sophistication of effort that ensued in the shenanigans of Fishrod. Thus far, we are still entertained with sideshows, but the line of questioning by the prosecutor, simple but impeccable, reminds me of S.C. Kate Hofmeyer of the Zondo Commission. Kusa Shozuba. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. I remember there's a case going on in America at the moment of Ahmaud Arbery. I don't know if you know the case of this black kid who ran. He was jogging down the street. Three white men decided to get into their pickup, their bakkie. They drove after him. One guy.
Or was it a man? It was a man.
It was a man.
Yeah,
It was one man.
You said a kid.
Oh yeah, you know what, me.
Yeah,
The guy's
it was
about
a man.
23, 24
Yes.
years
He's
old.
50. Anything below 20 or 30 is just kid.
Yeah, so this guy ran down the street. These three white guys shot him. So the case at the moment, and this is what's been going on this week, the defense of these three racist, obviously very racist white men who lynched this boy in the middle of the street. So you have Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton, very prominent and influential African American pastors who sit as guests, in the courtroom. The defense is arguing, we don't want, there are too many black pastors in the courtroom. They just might sway, the
What
public interest?
Black, it's that because they're activists.
No. He said black pastors. That's exactly what he says. We can't.
Yeah.
We don't want them here, and they're basically asking for a mistrial because they feel that the audience with Jesse Jackson and these black pastors, as he keeps on saying, black pastors, there are too many of them in court, and the jury just might be swayed because of their presence here in court. Now, the judge, every day, it's Thursday today, and this is happening in court every day, he keeps on saying, I'm not going to declare this a mistrial. You need to stop asking for black pastors to be removed from the courtroom.
In fact, the one where I saw with the judge on this specific case, he had said he's not going to let the defense, create this perception in his courtroom because he said, I didn't even realize
that they are here.
That they're here until you
mentioned them.
Exactly.
I had no idea they were here.
Exactly.
So, at least we have a fair judge that is saying, look, whoever is in court, I'm going to make my ruling, or the what do you call them? The system of Americans, what do you call the
jury?
The juries will have to make their decision based on the information that comes out.
Then again, you have a white jury.
Yeah.
There are 11 white jury members and one black guy. Yeah. So, and that is already a problem, for the in this case.
Neville,
Maak sharp, laat ons gou comments lees.
Ek sê net, Neville, die white jury sal, white jury, hulle wil die swart mense nou stem, but like Black Lives Matter. Yeah, hulle sal stem by.
Black lives do matter.
Yeah, hulle sal stem by.
Yeah. Very quickly, Franco Jose says, judiciary runs independently, but don't undermine the public interest. Malcolm X's case was taken lightly by fascism, imperialists. Juries can be sharpened by the public, I conclude. Neville Workney comments, proceed to read one comment, then diverts into conversation again. Tangeni, ja. Want julle praat Soos
Yeah,
julle
I think
praat julle
sometimes
eie
the
goeters
comments-
hierso.
Okay, let me tell you something, because somebody said you're only reading Trini's comments. But here's the thing, Trini talks to us. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's easy to
Hello.
read.
Say it
Yeah.
slowly.
Trini talks to us, and all of Trini's comments that we read are actually contributing to what we are discussing. So he adds, like I say, he adds to the conversation. You guys talk amongst yourself, and there's a whole thread going. And I don't know if you're in studio for you to understand how difficult it is to sift through all those comments. And then you guys get agitated when we don't read your conversations between each other, or you taking personal digs at each other, or you making personal jokes with each other.
Those personal
Contribute to that topic, and we will read it. Absolutely, we have no problem. But like, I mean, you can't keep crying about the same thing. We've been telling you how to rectify it. Just comment and.
Kyk as nga, I have no problem. I don't think we have a problem with you guys, conversating amongst yourself.
Conversing.
Conversing amongst yourself. It's cool, it's nice traffic, you understand? But don't expect us to read through and understand the whole thread. Okay? Because we will filter the comments that actually contribute towards the discussion. Yeah. Tangeni with the capital says, ja, sê hulle toch class captain. Ja, asseblief. So, which brings us to our next topic. Thank you, Franco Jose. We were about to discuss that topic. It's probably not necessary to play that.
No,
You introduced it.
No, you don't have to play it.
Why?
It's just 30 seconds.
They know.
Yeah,
They know
it's
it.
just 30 seconds.
A male person to insert his penis into the anus of another male. Is it what we want here? No. We cannot allow. No.
Okay, and that's the crux of it. We had our
A show of hands. A show of hands. If you guys didn't even know Jerry Akanjo is still in Parliament until this comment.
It's here. I didn't know.
I didn't know. I completely
I
forgot
didn't even
about him.
know that Jerry Akanjo is still in Parliament.
I didn't.
Why? I have not heard him once this year.
Yeah.
I've not heard him once this year. There's been discussions on unemployment, on recovery of the economy, on bread and butter issues, on the red line, on this or that, even on the alleged involvement of SWAPO. This was brought by the opposition in the Fishrod case. I mean, there's been a lot of things happening in Parliament, right? Especially, I'm talking more on the bread and butter issues, not so much the personal infightings. And I've never heard this man stand up and say anything, even if it's just to second something that was said, or to introduce a subject or something that is close. This is a former youth minister, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So unemployment, the youth unemployment currently is at its worst ever. I don't see him standing up and accounting, or even just giving suggestions on how we can get out of that slumber. Yesterday's discussion was, interestingly enough, not even about the LGBTQ community, right? They were discussing unemployment.
Yeah.
What does this man do? He stands up and talks about anuses and penises.
No, what is wrong with it?
And I thought, what it took queer. Like, is that what got him out of the slumber?
Yes.
Is that what woke him up?
Yeah.
Like, he was thinking, people are discussing here real bread and butter issues, or how to tackle, and to say, man, my hierdie moffie is a problem. Ek praat nou. Why do we make such mockeries of ourselves? Can we take ourselves a little bit more serious?
But
I
it's
would
a problem,
understand
Maria.
You contributing to that, but that is the topic at hand.
But Maria, it's a problem that we have in our country, of penises going into anuses. That is a problem in this country. So Jerry
addressed it.
as who understands the Namibian constitution, decided that this is a topic that he needed to bring to the attention of the Namibian public. How obtuse can you be?
Can I read my favorite comment and respond to somebody said? Somebody said, all hail Tate Ekanjo,
Dasi.
the ultimate penis regulator, the protector of the anus, the father of sexual preference, god of all genitals. All hail.
Julle sal regkom. Fuck. Julle sal regkom.
Look,
Yeah.
everybody has topics they are interested in to contribute to. And they didn't want to discuss his topic, so he had to bring it up. These guys are talking about education while he wants to talk about
Penises.
penises and anuses. They never bring up that topic.
Yeah.
So my guy is just there saying and made topic, and
Yeah.
these guys didn't, and he just stood up and said no. So I'm like
Objection.
So look. This is what I think. For him and his era that he left in.
In his what?
His era.
His era that he left in. Is it era? Era. Correct me.
Era.
No, I just
Yeah.
didn't hear you. That's
Oh,
why
okay,
I'm
cool.
asking you to-
So those are the people that you can tell it's my choice. So it's the Owens and no Kuro on Facebook say, choice. I'll explain what that means. So those are people that you can't just tell stuff like that. It's my choice. It's my sexual. Those are people that you need to roll in and like
Or they just have to
explain.
They
roll
will
in.
not be
Class
rowed
Tuhan.
in.
Yeah,
So
you
let's
can.
just retire.
They're like row. They will not be rolled in.
Yeah. So you can't just stand there and say it's my right, what. So this is where I wanted to ask you this question. Cherry Akanjo, legally he's right for what he's saying. Because the Namibian constitution doesn't allow that. It is illegal. Legally. So then you as the public stand up and say, but everybody has the right to love who they want to. Every penis has the right to enter the anus they want to. So, but Jerry's right, according to law.
What
But
is
then
he right about?
that being sodomy is illegal
Okay, and
in Namibia. It is illegal.
apartheid was legal. What's your point?
That's what I'm trying to say. Apartheid was legal. So for F.W. de Klerk, he was just doing something that was legal because he was told that
No,
way.
I think the point I'm
Jericho is, I almost said
Jericho.
Jerry Akanjo is standing on his point like it is illegal for that in Namibia. And then you come with your feelings.
But this the point.
Do you
I'm-
think it's gonna?
No, my point that I'm trying to make is legality is not what determines whether something is right or wrong. Slavery
Hallelujah.
was legal. Apartheid was legal.
Legal,
You
yes.
understand? So when you use legality, especially on human rights infringement, and let's not get things muddled. He was not arguing from a constitutional point of view because
I
if
know,
he
I know,
was-
I know.
If he was, he would understand that human rights is also a constitutional right, right? So he was not arguing from a constitutional point of view.
Sorry, Gogotuva. He was arguing from because that he exactly said
He said it
the constitution
of Namibia.
of Namibia says.
No, if you're arguing from a constitutional point of view, then you say that sodomy is illegal. Let's not entertain it.
That's what he said.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. What he was, it was a very homophobic rhetoric.
We
you
understand that.
Okay, but
We-
that's
we are
exactly-
saying-
yes,
we are agreeing with you.
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not necessarily arguing from a constitutional because he wants to uphold some constitution. He is highly homophobic. That's why he used words like, we cannot allow penis to enter. And you know, that those strong word is disgust for the queer community. That is blatant
You-
disgust.
You
right?
you are preaching to the
And I'm
converted
not
here.
trying- no, but I'm not trying to convert or convince you. I'm
We
unpacking
already
what-
convinced. We are together.
I know, that's what I'm saying. My statements are to unpack his sentiments, not to convince anybody. I'm unpacking his sentiment, how I assessed it. All right. So I'm saying a person like that is, for me, you don't hold water because Inlek va past it in the grand scheme of the conversation that was happening in Parliament. I would understand those sentiments because we are discussing the sodomy law.
Law, yeah.
You understand? So we're discussing the sodomy law and that is your input. Fine, it's on topic. Exal nog seker, I might even give you room because people are homophobic. It's fine. People are homophobic. Our relatives are homophobic. Sometimes even our own parents are homophobic. It's all right. It's the nature of things. But to just come in when serious discussions are being people inserting their opinions the way they want to. It doesn't infringe. It doesn't improve our economic status. It doesn't do. You understand? I want to hear what is government. How are we going to get out of this issue? Okay, fine. I know you want to deviate with bringing in queer. Now, for example, for the next week, we're just going to be talking about Jerry Ekanjo. The newspapers are just going to be talking about Jerry Ekanjo. The social media is just going to be talking about Jerry Ekanjo. Brothers and sisters are going to be fighting amongst each other. Near my is recht, near my is verkeerd and whatever. But at the end of the day, unemployment is over 50%.
Shalako says, "Julle moenie Jerry se gat krap nie." Stefanus James Anania says, "Julle is besig met Jerry se gat." Estomish says, "He's in the same boat with that heroman who was called by this boy who is gay because he wanted their votes to be counted." That audio circulated around, I don't know.
Omigu.
Is it Omigu? Yeah.
Omigu.
Vedi Kayere says they were talking about the budget on Tuesday, but it was a general discussion. The topic is necessary and always relevant. However, his opinion is revolting, to say the least. He must consider that the Constitution was drafted by narrow-minded people at the time when people didn't know better. Franco Jose, that was the opinion of the Minister of Justice. What was her 2 cents on Jerry Ekanjo? Yeah, Jurgen Kaiseb says, yeah, teach was choice. Yeah, that's how it is. Janice Tobias says, this is Jerry trying to get the homophobes on his side so he can unsuccessfully run for president again. There's no way that this man will run for president again. Yeah, he's completely out of the running. My last take on this topic is, you know what? Let's bide our time until whoever needs to leave this earth needs to leave this earth. It is a waste of time to sit down with Jerry Ekanjo or anybody from that generation to try and explain to them what human rights is, what this is, what the rights of Dacha users is, or what pro-abortionist says, or whatever. We all have our biases. There are certain things that I grew up with that I'll probably die with one day. But there are things that I've changed in my personal life through the course of having a better understanding of issues socially in my life. But when it comes to Jerry and that whole bracket, let him talk.
That's the problem that I have with my friends. Like, I have a lot of gay friends. And I'm not saying it in the way of like, I like hanging with gay people. They just have that energy for me. And I always get my material for them.
True, eh?
And
True.
I'm cool with that. Gay people come to my show and pay for 10 tickets.
Yeah.
While the straight men say, oh, you need 30 rand, sit by the gay. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with them is they want to convince people and they want to waste their time with that people. Why? Why would you want your grandmother, which is 80 years old, to understand your sexual preference? Why? Why would you want to sit down and, she must accept me the way I... No.
Don't you think that's an unfair assessment?
It won't happen.
No, I mean, don't you think that's an unfair assessment? I think for the most part, I also have queer friends. And part of the discussions I have with them is they're not necessarily trying to convince anybody. All they're saying is like, Kiki, so, loss on net 8. You understand? At the end
That's
of
not
the
what
day,
I get from mine.
At the end of the day, just... like, don't try and kill us, don't abuse us, don't beat us, let me live my life, don't be homophobic. When you see me down, you see things that are happening to the queer community, getting arrested, being stripped naked. There's a man who we had Mercedes in court just last week who won the case because of that. So those are the violence that they're saying. Like, just, you don't have to like my lifestyle, you don't have to like my choices, you don't have to like what I do, who I love and whatever. But at the end of the day, just let's keep it moving. Don't come and police me. So that's what I get from them. So I'm saying I don't necessarily think that they spend the majority of their time trying to old people.
It's a really blur area. Look at this way. if me and a gay guy argue over a lighter, and we go into a fist fight, and he turns that into a homophobic thing, he said because I won the fight now. It's like he beat me because I'm gay, and you know me, I'm not a homophobe, and now it becomes a whole thing of Mitch beat up a gay dude. How do you think that's cool?
I don't understand your point.
What I'm saying is,
I hear what you say.
yeah, if me and a gay guy fight over a lighter, we fight. I'm saying it's my
Ek hoor
lighter.
jou.
And he says it's his lighter, and we go into a fist fight, and he turns that into a he's beating me because he's homophobic.
Yeah, it's
How do I come out of that? I'm talking from the perspective of somebody that's like just a normal
But is
citizen.
that
He
what
doesn't have to. Huh?
Is that what happens?
No, it does happen in some cases, but I
Guys
believe
get
it doesn't
beaten.
happen regularly.
Huro was here. Huro was beaten not because of any difference by a security guard, but that was.
okay. Yeah, that's another instance.
I'm
Yeah, I
just saying there are
understand.
lots of instances when people are beaten because they are gay.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that people make a noise about. Not you and your brother who is gay have a physical altercation, and now your brother is saying he beat me because I'm gay. I mean, yes, gay people get beaten in other instances, but those are not the ones that they cry about.
I'm saying what happens in that instant with
Yeah.
that guy.
That's obviously a different, and I understand, Mitch, what you
Yeah.
say, and it's the issue that happened with Huro was blatantly homophobic.
Yeah.
Because the security guard made it very, very clear over a course period of time. I don't like you, and Jella
Yeah.
Moffies, and Jella what.
Yeah.
So, but then again, obviously the example that you give here is a completely different. You understand? So you will have differences. Yeah. Let me quickly read some comments. Montana MH Hangula, die nuwe ou straight van die Toera. Watching him, and I guess he's not that bad after all. Maria must just sit where Neville is sitting. Who agrees? Jerry should apologize, says Estomich.
You see?
Tangeni with a capital T says, Mitch, hou op. Gay guy will mess you and Jerry up. Raymond Basson says, Mitch, wees net eerlik, die gay guys bring die hele mavutos. It is also true.
Yeah.
Franco Jose says, LMPO community Namibia. Huh? What is the LMPO community Namibia? Are treated as equal in public, but the constitution says otherwise. Franco Jose says, LMPO are too soft. Jerry is a guerrilla fighter. Don't have time for apologies. Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Do you think you're going to send Jerry Akanjo on an apology tour?
Nee, ay toch. Dis hoekom
It
ek
won't
sê
happen.
dit sal nie gebeur nie. You know what? We live and let live. Let Jerry Akanjo live his life.
And
I just, for me, I don't care either way. I rest easy knowing he's not my president.
Yeah.
And I rest easy knowing he was a failure at attempting to be a president.
Yeah.
I rest easy knowing that, you know what, he would have been a catastrophic mess as a president.
yeah.
So, like, Jerry, fax me your questions, Akanjo. That's all right. Said that we didn't even know you were in parliament up until you're making these headlines. I guess relevance pays. That's all right. Keep well, be safe, bless you.
Nah.
Nee, maar ek
Dasie.
het miskien nie mooi geëxplain.
Nee,
No,
jy
no,
het
no,
explain.
we don't have to keep
Ek wil net mooi sê.
Nee, praat ons nog oor die lighter.
Nee.
Are you seriously still talking about the lighter?
Die lighter.
About the fight with you and the Mofi guy? Is it the same thing that you want to talk about?
No, I just wanted to explain how much
What?
damaging that can be
No,
in today's era. bro.
nee, kak story. Ja,
Yeah.
ons
You said what you
verstaan.
said, it's okay.
Jy het gesê wat jy gesê het.
So het ek
Jerr.
gewen. Jy het die argument gewen.
No.
Mary, did I win the argument?
Yeah, okay, you won the argument.
Okay.
Grrr.
Look at me, Mary.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in a time warp.
Jy het die argument gewen, okay?
What else is in the news?
Yeah, I think the what they showed. Who's Nigel?
Oh my.
Bring Shines back, free Nigel. Who's Nigel? Who are you talking about?
I have no idea.
It's the guy that went to go destroy the evidence. You know, Niall. The one
Oh, okay. Guys, there's not very much in the news. Obviously, the fish rod case very much dominates, and it's time to go. Somebody said here on the stream, I think. I think somebody said that the verdict of Ricardo's bail application is out. I'm not too sure about that.
What?
Absolutely not.
Obviously, on the front page of one of the dailies here, basically focus on the late APP leader Ignatius Chigwameni. It's a guy that I've known for half my life.
Ignatius.
Yeah, Ignatius Chigwameni, who passed away last week. It is a guy that was loved and loathed. But okay, he's more loved in death, as they say now. The political journey of the late Ignatius Chigwameni is a mixed bag, and many who knew him continue to describe him as an enigma who was not swayed easily. I believe at the time when he left government, I'm not too sure if he was a youth minister or deputy minister of information, but he decided, ek is klaar. Yeah. So may he rest in peace. He will be afforded a state funeral.
I think you can read this. This is
What?
one of his friends from school that wrote this.
Let me
what
see.
they were doing. Bush is his name. He's also one of our viewers, so you can probably read what he wrote about Iggy.
So Iggy passed on, and people realized that we were also there and part of the student uprising, sending invitations left, right, and center to join forums. But after independence, some forget about us who were the kid soldiers of Nanso, water and fire extinguisher bombing the offices with fire hose pipes. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah, ons is klaar anyway now.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much. The conversations were very much between all of you today. But then again, you know what? We appreciate each and every comment that you guys share on the stream. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time.
It's a pity because there's actually so many comments on Informante Live.
Okay, maar lees gou bietjie.
All right,
Yeah.
let me just read some that I see. VG wat, okay, whatever. Hey, as meneer Bason, that, okay, let me, Maxwell, Mitch is Anakam Court, Mitch Lake Source, Mini Neville, Maria Lake Source, okay, anyway. Maria sound is too low, can't hear, sorry. Next. If you are already in jail, why can the law not read guilty until find innocent? Maxwell says, a male person inserting his penis into another male person's anus. My bro, I don't care about two consenting adults do in their bedroom. It doesn't affect my salary, my accommodation, my relationship with Mefro, etc. And then he continues, the funny thing is that we have politicians that are in the closet, under the bed and behind the curtains. But they are very anti-lesbian and to share this with the public.
Hey, wie is jy?
Maxwell.
Hey, Maxwell.
I see.
Stop talking nonsense here.
No,
Okay?
man.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what he's talking about. He says, Mary, are you talking about the same former minister who was in Brazil for some Olympics and was asked about how they did throughout the week but said he wouldn't know?
Huh? You could be right.
Is that Jerry again?
Yeah. Read that again. Because you know what? Because he was the Minister of Youth and Sport.
Yes.
So read again.
Says, Mary, are you talking about the same former minister who was in Brazil for some Olympics and was asked about how they did throughout the week but said he didn't know?
I personally don't know. Who's that?
This was Asino Kambiki.
Asino ne. I don't know what is your problem with if something like that happened. Because you know what? If I was the Minister of Youth and I was in Brazil myself, you know, there are so many other interesting things in Brazil.
Like festivals.
Yeah. Copacabana. And you know what? That I would also not be bogged down with going to see what the Namibian youth is doing. It's nonsense.
Yeah, but just quickly, he was Deputy Minister of Local Government and Housing from 1990 till 1995. Then he was a Minister of Home Affairs from 1995 to 2005. Then he was Minister of Lands and Resettlement from 2005 to 2008. And then he was a Minister of Regional and Local Government and Housing Rural Development from 2008 to 2012. And then Ministry of Youth. In any of those portfolios, that I've just read, has it been successful?
Yeah.
I leave you with that
I knew
thought.
it.
I leave you with that thought. Ponder on it, and if you have an answer, please come with your receipts tomorrow and tell me Jerry Akanjo was successful this year and that year, and AD and I Khadun.
Neville, I can when I'm ending the live, I can actually make start a poll, and people can actually tell us if they agree with
Jerry.
Jerry or
Laat hy gaan,
us.
man.
Can we do that?
Nee, laat hy cheap.
All right, sharp
Yeah,
guys.
laat
Sharp
hy
guys,
cheap.
man.
We'll be at court for the rest of the day.
Yo.
Sharp, sharp.
All my money, all my cash, I go spend on your boy.